if it takes me 2 minutes to swim a gut from there to there and these boys scale the sheer cliff and go up over it, I'll just swim every time.
The climb was so bad that we decided to hike the mountain next time we went.
Potentially the most fish any of us have ever caught in one film is going to be on that film.
Yeah.
Massive dark bull shark, huge, just snaking through where we just walked past.
And I saw this GT come up like quite a dark colour, swirled underneath, and he came in and just... This is the J Wilds podcast. I'm your host Joe Wilds, and here we dive deep into adventure hunting and fishing stories. Get a little adventure in your life. So welcome back, and let's get into it. So we've just done 3 weeks of non-stop fishing basically. And we've got a fair bit to talk about, but we're going to try and cover it off as best we can in a short time frame. But it's going to be exciting. So, Jonny Malosi over here. Briggsy sports fishing over here. Should we say sports fishing?
Yeah.
Briggsy,
right.
Jonny, J Wilds. G'day, fellas. Ching, ching, ching. Where do we start, man?
Awkward, bro.
Well, you can talk too, you know.
No, we'll just start with
Start on the first trip. Should we start on the first trip?
We very rarely get in the same place, maybe once a year, right? We're all in the same place at the same time, and that kind of just came together, and we thought, we could do some trips. The first trip being an island trip.
Yeah.
In less than ideal weather to get out there. Very gnarly boat ride.
Landed on a tropical beach.
Yep.
Set up camp.
Yeah.
And we had a pile of lures that we needed to get some content for, which was part of the cool thing.
Obviously, these boys are shooting for their channels for YouTube, and I'm over here shooting as well, but also I had Zoe with me, who does all that camera stuff, and we were getting content for the Staples release. So it was cool. It was a big content trip.
I think we should talk about the plan of the island. This first island we went to, we were going to be there for, I think, 4 days of fishing was the plan, eh? 4 days of fishing. And we were trying a new collaborations thing, Briggsy.
The collaboration thing, very cool. But I think you need to say the original plan didn't go to plan because the weather was so bad we had to change islands.
Oh, yeah.
The ultimate island was not possible. So we went to the secondary island, which ended up being pretty amazing anyway.
Yeah.
Well, often that happens when you're forced to do something. You open up and you look around for something different, and that different thing, which we can talk about later, turned out to be really dope.
I actually was very stoked with the island, the second choice.
Yeah.
So, the plan was we were going to do this collaborations thing for our channels. It's just new on YouTube where it's pretty much, you released part 1 last night on your channel. It was the first time we'd ever done it.
Yeah, it was very new to us. We were kind of tripping out.
Uploaded, you sent me an invite to collaborate. I accepted the invite, and then it went out to everybody on your channel and my channel saying, Briggsy Sports Fishing and J Wilds Fishing uploaded a new video.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's like one video, 2 channels posting. Pretty interesting.
First chance was pretty high performing, 1 out of 10. Yeah,
it's climbing back now. I think that's normal, just overnight dip and then
drop off, yeah.
We'll check in a week, see what it's.
Fun video too, but that's day 1 of the trip. So I was basically fishing for the first time, and like we talked about this on the trip, how it was almost like back in the old days, man, when we were just fishing for fun. That's what it felt like for me, because I wasn't like focusing on trying to get storyline and getting the shots and stuff. I was literally just camera rolling and just fishing for fun. That was kind of the theory for the whole thing. You were getting a story, you were capturing like the episode, but I'm just having fun fishing.
Yeah.
Anything I catch is going to be on your edit, your episode. That's kind of the plan for us.
It's definitely interesting. You do a lot of yapping when you're the one for your day. Like you have to create a story from whatever happens, and the amount of yapping you do is much greater than on your off day.
Yeah.
My off day, I basically didn't say anything. I just catch a fish for you, and like that's it. You do all the hard lifting, basically. Yeah.
It was cool. It was a cool way to do it, man. I think hopefully it performs long term, because if it does, I think it's going to be a cool way to do trips together.
I can't see doing a collaboration like in the future without doing it this way.
Yeah.
Like it just makes so much more sense for the audience as well to see a storyline that's not broken into 2 channels, and you're getting Joe's fish on one channel and Briggsy's fish on the other channel.
Yeah.
Instead, you're getting whatever happened that day together as one.
And the thing is, it's like
A lot better.
we're still getting 4 episodes. For example, we're still getting 4 episodes each, basically.
Because it posts on both
Yeah.
channels. Yeah.
So that is cool from that perspective. So first day was Briggsy's day, and we were like, I don't know, we cruised around the mangroves. We're waiting. There's full-on sharks everywhere, like literally sharks everywhere. Many shark encounters. Jonny even had to whack one with his fishing rod at one point. Came in for the attack.
Well, it's hard too when the sun's a little lower. You've got kind of visibility this way, but the sun is behind us, then no visibility in the water that way. And it just feels a bit gnarly.
I love the transition that John had, like the journey he had through this trip with sharks. He started out waiting like way off into the distance, thinking everything was chill. And by the end of the trip, he was like as scared as me, I reckon.
Yeah, see, me, when I go on trip, we're all different, right? I don't particularly love heights and climbing gnarly things. Like, I just don't feel as confident as these guys do. I mean, I'll rock hop all over the place and climb cliffs and stuff, but these guys do really gnarly stuff, and I don't like that. I would rather swim everywhere. Like, if it takes me 2 minutes to swim from there, swim a gut from there to there, and these boys want to hike or climb, scale the sheer cliff, then go up over it, I'll just swim every time. So I'm like, let's swim. And these guys are like, I don't know, the sharks. And then I'm like, nah, there's no sharks, even though we see them all the time. But I guess in this trip, I kind of found myself amongst the sharks a bit more on the flats. And then, I was just like, maybe it's not a good idea to swim everywhere.
Yeah.
Especially they're a bit aggressive. You know?
Yeah.
They're aggressive. You'll see it in the film.
The size of that one bully in very shallow water, I think, was the turning point for you.
Yeah. That was what, like a 2-3 meter big dog, big proper one. Even the
knee deep water, fin out.
Yeah. Even the small reef ones. I guess if they came and grabbed you, and just you'd be torn under. Yeah. They'd be like
That's smoking.
crack the e-perb and away you go, sort of style. So
We had on the flats the bull shark we're talking about. It's literally the most tropical day ever. There's all these sort of like tide pools and stuff, and we watched this big, fully grown bull shark, huge thing, just come right up onto the flats, and it was barely breaking the surface in some points, and its fin must have been just under the surface, like knee deep water, or just above your knee probably. And there's like a 2.5 meter bull shark, like that round cruising up there.
yeah,
That's wild, man.
It is wild.
If that wants to get you, that's going to get you.
We just crossed.
I'm
We
gonna
literally
change
had
it.
just crossed.
Yeah.
And then it came in like 5 minutes later.
Yeah. The spot that we'd crossed.
Yeah.
What are you up to, John?
I'm changing it. I think you're right.
Oh. So we've got
Few cameras going.
3 cameras rolling, getting many perspectives. But I think the main aim of this first trip was literally big fish. That was like the pinnacle goal. We were trying to get the big fish. But then we found ourselves in like the sickest lagoon white tackle flat session I've ever fished.
Let's talk about the actual island. So when we go for a trip, we're always looking at the Google Maps and sussing all the different zones. And for this particular island, we had 2 options. Depending on the weather on the drop-off, we could camp near the big fish ledges, or on the complete other side of the island, there's a perfect,
Tropical.
pristine, idyllic postcard beach, white sand, clear water, which is just feels like
Very tropical.
like a vacation place. But and we didn't really know what that's how that side would fish. But if you camp there, it's lush, but you have a massive hike over to the big fish ledges. So, and then that's where the story picks up.
Yeah. I don't know. When we were in the group chat, when we were deciding about it, like the Tropo beach was just, I was all for that. You were for that too, Tropo, white sand.
It goes really well on YouTube too.
Yeah, we had our tents like perched up on the sand, on the edge of the trees and stuff like that. And we're looking out to the most amazing beach, which we actually caught fish off the sand, which was pretty cool.
Probably the most tropical camp zone I've had.
Yeah.
To be honest, like so much white sand, like it's a big dune. It's not like a little patch with coral,
Yeah.
or like
No.
dead coral or something. It's full sand.
Absolutely sheltered from all the weather. There was a bit of wind. And when you look at the map, there's the beach and then there's this massive flats area, which just looked really attractive. I personally had never been to that island. Briggsy, you'd been there years ago,
A
right?
few times, yeah.
Yeah.
But
So you,
only on the big side.
yeah, but you knew that those ledges fish well, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe not as well as the ones we had planned to go to, but it was like a solid backup
Yeah.
Yeah. And we had Zoe with us. For anyone that doesn't know, Zoe's part of Malosi now. She's like a content creator, art director. She's never been on an actual lads fishing trip with the boys. And to her credit, she did really well, but it is pretty gnarly. Like, actually, the boat ride out was really gnarly because it was like, I don't know, maybe...
It was 20 knots.
Yeah. She's like, is this normal? Huddled under the, like, at the back of the boat with spray coming over, and all the boys are up there going, oh, I don't know about this. And then when we got to the beach, she's like, okay. And then, you know, obviously the hike over started. And, yeah, it's interesting.
She did pretty well.
She did pretty well.
She got thrown in the deep end, though, to be honest. Hey, the first fishing day, we were wading the flats and we were out on our waist deep, and she was just following along on the edge, just missing all the fun, man. We were having so much fun out there.
Yeah.
We were casting some of the little staples range. Have we got some here? The little heroes. Don't have any
these
right
ones.
there. Yeah, little heroes. They're like a little bib minnow.
I'm surprised there's any left.
Oh, right. The amount of fish that we got on those things was ridiculous. But we're casting those with the light sets over the flats. And the flats is like skirted by mangroves. It's pretty shallow, drops away, but it's like relatively shallow, this huge big lagoon. And there was just fish moving up onto the flats to feed. And the first like decent fish that we hooked was a GT that I hooked while you guys were still making your way out. I'm surrounded by sharks and stuff. They're like cruising around. I hook into this GT. Not a huge GT, but it's probably about that big or something. And it ended up going into the mangroves and around a mangrove tree. And we're all going over there like, oh, what are we going to do now? Next thing you know, just PE1. I think I was using PE1 and it just rubbed off on the tree and gone. Lost the first lure for the trip. But yeah, it was fun. It was pretty much like that the whole way through. We'd just be waiting. We'd get to a point and we'd all be casting. We'd all be hooking up with random stuff. We'd all have shark encounters, rays. You had like an 8-foot shovel nose come right at you.
Its head was like that table.
Yeah.
And that, when we've been seeing sharks, the initial millisecond of reaction to seeing one with a head that big was like
close, eh?
Yeah.
Like a couple of meters from
it. It was right there. On the go, it looks far, but it was literally right there.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that. That wading session, I love that, man. That was so much fun.
So that was like that was like a half a day, right?
Yeah.
Sort of sussing the zone we're in, getting our bearings, crash out, get up, day 2. This is still Joe's film, day 2.
We forgot we should talk about the little three-way hookup first.
Oh yeah.
At the end of that first day, you cast it out and you cast it out, you're winding in, next thing you know, it's this right at your feet, massive bust up, GT smashing back right there. Me and Jonny are sitting back having something to eat. And then Briggsy's like, boom, hooks up to a GT and there's more GT like smashing bait right there. Jonny casts out, hooks another GT. I cast
From
out,
the
hook
cliff,
another
on
GT.
the way up here.
All of a sudden we're fighting 3 GT on the edge of this lagoon. And yeah, it was pretty friggin' wild, man.
Very shallow zone.
Very
like,
shallow.
Sick. I'm just surprised. I had a little bit of confidence because actually Brooksy had hooked a fish there many years ago in the past that spot. And I kind of knew. And you guys were sitting down. I was like, I reckon I'm going to hook up here in my head because I remembered it. And sure enough, same thing.
That's cool.
We landed 2 of them. My one got off the hook when we were farting around. My one fell off and swam off. But we got to hold up with these 2 guys. So that was pretty cool. And then that was kind of like the end of the proper action on the first day. And then you got a GT off the beach at camp right on dark, which was pretty cool.
With
the
this.
popper.
No.
30 gram, wasn't it?
No, yeah.
That one.
Tyrant.
Oh, yeah.
Little popper, 35 grams, tiny popper, but goes off with a bang. Like,
is it 120? It's 120
20.
mil. And we were joking that it sounded like a 200 gram popper.
I want to go through everyone's thoughts on the different, maybe at the end of the thing we can talk about them, because they're all pretty unique, right?
We only fish with the Staples lures.
Yeah, but a lot of time.
There's a lot to talk about it, and I think a lot of people will probably be really interested, because pretty much in a nutshell, the Staples range covers every base. Every single style of fishing we did, there was something that the Staples range offered, which is very cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
But yeah, man, you caught your GT, then you gave me your rod to cast and see what I thought about the popper. And I'm literally sweeping, it's like, whoa, massive sound.
We're just
I was
crazy.
even
wild,
surprised. I was like, oh, yeah, it goes all right.
It's wild, man. Yeah.
Well, you know that you know, a big splash is great for poppers, but we actually designed these for sound first and foremost.
Right.
Like a big bassy, and when you get the angle right, the crack. You know, and combine the both.
Yeah.
I
good.
mean, nothing's not going to hear it.
My personal thought on that is because it is such a large sound, when the fish comes up to look at what that noise was and sees such a small profile,
Yeah.
it's a pretty powerful combo.
Yeah.
I think that's a size that many fish from little cod to massive banger would eat that.
Yeah.
So it's going to be very effective. I think.
And look, you don't need to like nuke it. Like you don't have to have.
No, you can do little
You can do
bloops.
little bloops.
Yeah.
You can even make it walk on the surface and stuff. It's just if, like Briggsy said, if you're wanting a massive noise with a small profile, which is a pretty
a cool
attractive
combo.
thing,
Yeah.
then I'm real happy with the way.
I was
they did
doing
it.
I was doing the little tweaks like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
It was just a pop, pop, pop. That was cool, man. That was a cool style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
epic.
We're at, we should just say where we are too. We're at Briggsy's house. You can see the view behind us. Nice little pool out here.
Beautiful.
Big forest mountain view out here. It's actually really cool zone. We got Cavi behind the camera doing some work, editing.
Yeah, cab dog. Everything rolling, bro.
everyone's
Is the
here.
audio good?
Everyone's here, but everyone's like trying to be quiet. But yeah.
I don't
crazy.
think Sonny knows who was banging around a second ago.
Oh,
That's right.
Sundog Millionaire. So yeah, we're at Briggsy's house. If you're wondering, this is the zone. Really, really cool spot up here.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, man. So day number 2, we went to the Big Fish Ledge. I think we should talk about the Big Fish Ledge. For
Day
sure.
1 was my channel.
Yep.
Now we're on your first day.
And your episode's already up on the channel. Probably by the time you're watching this, multiple have
first.
been up. But Briggsy's one went up yesterday.
Yep.
And yeah, people have been enjoying it. It's lots of fun and games, lots of laughs. So day number 2 was my first day. So we're all fishing for my channel. We decided, should we talk about much of the journey around there?
You should.
A perilous journey to...
I had a vague
7-year recollection.
recollection of what it was like, and I remember a couple of bits where you fully had to pass rods, and it was a if you fall you die sitch. The night before, I'd kind of mentioned that, and John had a pretty strong reaction to it. So I was like, oh no, I don't know, I can't really remember. It was something, little triangle.
My trust levels with Briggsy are like 80%. You know what I mean?
Well, that's pretty high, man.
Yeah, it is now. Because in every other aspect, he's trustworthy. It's just when we're like, he knows I'm fatigued, or early in the morning, he'll just be like, it's chill. Next thing you know, I'm like hanging on for dear life, shaking.
It was worse than I remembered.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
And for me, it was like, look, I'll do stuff. Like, I'll do stuff, and like, there's a point where you get to where it's like you're past the point of no return.
Yeah.
You basically just do it. But I also had Zoe there.
Yeah.
You know, and I was 2 days out of hospital with after having a full-on asthma attack. I could probably put some clips in here. So it was just all a bit much, you know. But you know, I would say I handled it all right.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. Once you pass that point, he kind of switches off and just gets it done.
We did like...
Goes quiet.
We did... Would it have been an hour and a half around the rocks? We did it, but
Oh, it was
basically an
a
hour and a half.
long time, yeah.
It was a 3-hour journey in total by the time we got to the ledge, but I think it was an hour and a half around the rocks, navigating death triangles, like climbing and stuff. And then in the end, we come to a point where there was the only way past it was to swim, and it was, you know, we were anxious about sharks.
I'd
So
already been swimming.
Yeah, but this was a bit different.
A bit further, a bit deeper.
But what Joe says, like, it's all very well, like, it's right there. But when you see sharks swimming by and you have the background of what happens when you catch a fish, half the time there's just sharks all over it.
Little
It
splash.
just adds that little seed in your brain where it's like,
Yeah.
I don't really want to risk that.
No,
You know?
it's so sharky. All the islands are
Yeah.
so sharky. So we were like, okay, we could swim it. And then I scouted above us. I went up the cliff and thought, well, actually, we can go up and over the top and drop down onto the ledge. So we ended up going for that, which was it took another hour or so, but it was doable.
Yeah.
And we just punched up, got up to the top of the island, through the big grassy clearings and through the forest and stuff. And then, we made our way down to the beach. And
Yeah.
long story short, 3 hours later, we arrive at the Big Fish Ledge.
Yeah.
Current was running.
Current was on.
You don't, just in the last thing on doing those big missions, it's not always, it's hard to tell what it's actually like from the film sometimes. And like,
The worst of it never makes it into the film.
yeah, that's right. And like, I don't want to like make it really dramatic, but there are points where if you slipped, you'd be in serious trouble.
Yeah.
And you're like 2 hours from land, and there's no reception, and you're land-based with no boat because we get dropped off and picked up. So there's a lot of stuff going on.
Joe brings in EPIRB.
Yeah, we do have an EPIRB,
two
but
EPIRBs,
you don't really want to have to get in the situation where you're cracking an EPIRB.
No way.
But, these two mountain goats are like, hopping up there, friggin', and I'm just like, okay,
Your shorts were torn to shreds from when you were sliding down.
Oysters cut up, but at that point, you're just like, right, we're getting there because we know there's fish on the other side, hopefully.
I want to add for you as well that the climb was so bad that we decided to hike the mountain next time we went.
Yeah.
That's how bad it was. And you're saying we're the mountain goats that don't mind that stuff.
Yeah.
This was after
very
the
bad.
perilous journey when him and I were like to nose and I was like, don't even do that again.
You're really
Here we are again. I asked you to look, is it like that? No. My memory is it's fine. It's real chill. Neck minute.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Like these boys always I'm not too ashamed to say that I'm not the best climber. These guys are always making sure everybody's safe. If there's stuff where I need two hands, we'll pass rods to each other. We're all in it together.
Yeah.
It just is gnarly and it doesn't always come across the full extent of how gnarly it is. And these guys won't put the real gnarly stuff in either. It is quite hardcore. It's extreme.
Yeah.
There's just a bit of a warning.
Don't step there, you'll die.
Yeah.
We scared Zoe at one point, well, I probably scared her the most by saying that, especially once we got up onto the flats a couple of days later, we were just talking about stonefish, sharks, all these nasty things, jellyfish, irukandjis and box jellies and stuff. And Zoe was freaking
Well,
out.
think about when
She
you
wanted
actually
to go
think
home.
about when you think about this. Zoe's never really been fishing before, never been out to a remote island. She gets a 20 knot ride out there, gnarly, gets there. Then it's like these guys are saying, oh, careful where you step, there's stonefish, they'll kill you. There's snakes here, scorpions, spiders everywhere. Don't put your tent there. And then we're climbing over there and it's like, we can't swim there, there's sharks, they'll kill you. Come up here, don't step there, you'll die. Just when you think about that, she did do really well. So
Yeah, no,
Put it in
she
Zoe.
crushed it. Zoe, you crush it.
yeah, and she's carrying all the camera equipment. We're all carrying heavy packs.
See these rocks? See walking through these rocks? Stonefish look exactly like these rocks. But don't step in the sand either.
And we've been rock hopping and walking on rocks for years, so we know the black rock, don't go there when it's wet. If someone that's new does not know, step on the oysters so you don't die. So she's slipping all over that, learning as she goes.
No, it's actually pretty wild if you think about it.
It's cool.
I'm really thinking about it for the first time now.
Yeah. But anyway, we did finally reach the ledge.
Yeah. We get to the ledge, the current's running. First thoughts, Briggsy? It was...
I was pretty confident.
Yeah.
It was overcast as well. It's mackerel time. I was confident in a mackerel.
Yeah. You were hoping for a mackerel too. That was your dream fish for the day.
It was. And I also was pretty confident in the first cast.
Yeah.
We positioned ourselves.
That's right.
It looked really good too. The setup lived up to all the hype. It was this is nice.
I'll paint the picture of the scene. It's like this pretty nice ledge with a very steep drop off. And the way the ledge is shaped, where you're standing, you've almost got not 360 degree, but you've got a big range of motion for fighting. It's actually the ideal ledge, man. It's one of the best ledges for the setup that I've fished in a long time. And I think you said that as well.
Yeah.
But it's a sick ledge, super deep drop, but the current's just pressurizing up against it. And we knew that we were going to get a bite straight away. So we all count down, all the cameras are rolling, cast out. GT comes straight up. I had a big bite. Yeah, multiple, but one of them hooked up. I was a brief hook up, it went down, and I ended up pulling hooks on it, which was gutting.
Very sad.
Very sad, but they were there, the fish were there. And then I think you landed the first good fish. Was that straight
So
after?
what happened is like with any big fish ledge that there's a high chance that when you rock up, there's going to be bangers there or something, and it's going to be chaos. And depending on how aggressive they are, or even just by luck, you're probably going to hook up.
Yeah.
When that doesn't happen and there's lures flying everywhere, it might just cool down for a wee bit. So my head was like, okay, they've sussed the big baits. I'm going to go put a small. This is the actual one.
The actual one, man.
Yeah, this is a Hero 140 size. I think it's 50 grams.
35.
Is it? No, this one's 50.
You got to trust me sometimes,
Are
man.
you sure?
Do I?
Yeah, you got to trust me.
It says on
sure?
the back.
Yeah, that's a 120.
So the 140 is 35.
I don't
This is
think it
35.
You got to trust.
Is it?
You gotta
Yeah,
trust
35
me.
gram.
I don't even know my own
Did you
lines,
invent
mate.
these lures? So anyway, yeah, this lure there, John's throwing it on P3, on a P3 setup.
Yeah. So I'm just thinking, look, this is a smaller, more subtle presentation. You know, if they're not flaring up on the big stuff, maybe they'll hit that. And I know for a fact that a minnow, subsurface minnow, with a really nice natural action is going to catch a majority of anything that you're targeting if it's out there. I think it was like first or second cast, soon as it hit the water, bang, on, screaming. And I'm like, oh, bit of trouble here because it seems quite heavy.
Yeah, we all run down and you're just loaded up, like emptying spool. It was a solid
P3.
fish. Yeah, solid fish. Saltiga 8,000.
Saltiga, yeah.
6,000?
I think. No, yeah, it was on the lighter one. There was 6.
Yeah,
P3.
brand new Saltiga, and I was using your rod, which is
Saltus.
Saltus. It's the old meter over.
2 to 4 or something like
Yeah,
that.
P2 to 4.
Yeah.
Nice
I
setup.
thought it was originally I originally thought it was a Spanish because of the run, but then
That was because it was light tackle.
yeah,
It's just a banger going.
yeah, it's just a cool. It's actually I really enjoy fighting big fish on lighter tackle.
It was a
It's just
long fight, bro.
different. Yeah,
It was a long fight.
yeah, it was.
It was a
The
long
ledge
fight.
saved you in a way. That fighting zone, every time it kind of came in close to the rock, you had the angle on it because you were right in
Yeah.
the perfect tip.
Yeah,
I think if it was a different ledge on that setup,
maybe not. Eh?
yeah.
Do you remember when we first got a glimpse of what it was? Like you could see the
looked
deep
huge.
shine coming out
Yeah.
from Briggsy. You
Oh,
were
I think
like,
you said 30 kg.
Yeah, I thought
GT.
it was massive.
but this GT comes up in the current as you're pulling it up, and you get to see it for the first time, and it was still solid, man. It was a big fish,
Oh, when you
bigger
said-
than we thought it was
Yeah,
going to be.
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
When you said 30k GT, my heart was like, oh, you have to land this. This is going to be like
Pass
a
the rod.
legendary one if I land it. But yeah, no, I was stoked. And like the lure held up, the hooks didn't bend out, nothing broke. I think, who landed it? One of you guys?
Briggsy landed it, I think.
Oh, it was a bit of a. I knew you had 80-pound leader, so I knew
Can't
I
grab the
could
leader.
not grab the
You had to
leader
grab
with a
the
20-kilo fish.
And then I think we got lucky at like the surge brought it in or something like that.
You surged.
Did you?
Surged it
You
up.
did land it, eh?
Double hand tail.
Did I jump in it too? I feel like we were all in the mix.
I
of
think
something.
you're on support for John.
right.
Yeah, I've got some cool wide angles from like the phone cam where it's like Zoe's got the water cam and everyone's running around battle stations.
We could probably overlay some of that in
Yeah.
this podcast too.
Yeah, cool.
You land the next dog.
Yeah. So anyway, we get it to the rock pool and we're just all just like, bro.
Solid for that setup and that lure. Yeah.
Yeah,
Impressive.
It kicked off a pretty pretty cool start to the.
And
to
for
the
me,
day-
I'm
to the
feeling
day.
tops. I'm like, feeling bad about whinging the whole way over the cliff. I'm like, see?
Yeah, it's all worth it, bro. The 3-hour perilous punish was worth it.
Yeah, it was.
Can catch a fish.
Yeah. So that was like the first. That was like the first good fish on the ledge. Can't remember if we caught any other smaller fish, but probably the next fish we should talk about is your one, Briggsy. Mm-hmm. Tell us whatever. What were you throwing? Lure?
I actually think it was this one, the 95 gram, 190 mil Chieftain.
In what colour? Do you remember?
Yeah.
That colour. That's probably that lure.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it was that lure.
Oh, that's one.
No, that's the
no,
big
it was
dog.
a smaller version
But it was
of
that
that.
colour,
Yeah.
which is, I'd say now tied favourite.
Yeah, you like that one, eh?
Yeah. Do you have the favourite?
Not up here.
Not present.
Oh, maybe behind you. What's that one behind you? On the thing.
No.
This.
I think all the favourites been thrown.
I think
I think
me and
we're
you
yeah.
both. If this is our top one. The
Yeah.
amount of fish I've caught in the last few weeks on
The
that
boys
colour.
like the big
special colour.
flash.
Yeah,
the
it's
big
funny
flashy.
because
I do.
at one point, jumping ahead a little bit, at one point you were like, all right, this is our last chance for a good fish. Go pick the best lure you think. And both of us went and picked our best lure. We come back and we're running exactly the same lure.
Without seeing what each other picked. Yeah.
Which is crazy, which was that colour, that exact colour.
Yeah.
So anyway, you're casting this. I remember you cast it out towards that kind of little bomby zone.
That was the leading edge. So
Yeah.
the current was hitting right where we were, but there was a little rock to the side, and as it hit there, you could see the current funnel outwards a little bit, then hit us.
Yeah.
And I kind of knew that was the first spot, the leading edge. So I started flicking over that way a bit, and I still had it in my head that a mackerel, like I really had it in my head about mackerel.
Yeah.
And the overcast, I felt like the stage was set.
Yeah.
I think we'd actually seen a mackerel before that come up on someone's lure
Yeah.
as well.
I think we had a follow, yeah. I think we had a
So
follow.
top water mackerel for me is pretty pinnacle.
Yeah, but I
water or
remember
anything,
you
but-
yelled out, I look over, saw this huge boil behind the lure, and then it came back for a second go, eh?
Yeah.
Boom, smash, and it went broadside, and we saw like the length of this thing. It was solid, man.
I was sweeping it normal and just doing the normal action. And then as soon as it hit, I switched to like a little tweaky. And sure enough, it swelled on it. Boom. Tripping out, just shaking, not doing anything. Yeah. And I actually think quite quickly I loosened because I had enough drag for GT. And on a mackerel, you don't want GT drag, especially initially.
Yeah.
Definitely could go in on that. So I loosened off. It screamed across, and things got a little bit weird after that, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah,
Couple of good runs.
You fought it for a while with the good runs, and then once you got it to the ledge, it like went down.
Running.
And you were like tripping out, like, what's going on? What's going on? And you thought it may be a shark or there was something weird going on.
I thought I'd been reef because it kept going down and down and down, and then it all of a sudden just felt really weird.
Yeah.
It changed, and I was surely in reef or on a shark.
In the video, you guys will see, like, Briggsy's tripping out, like something's going on.
Yeah.
Then you get it to the surface, and we realise the hooks had come
Out of the mouth.
and snagged it in the belly, so he's pulling it in sideways.
Yeah.
But the original hookup was in the mouth, because the mouth, you could see where the hooks
A little
were.
tear, yeah.
So when you were tripping out on what's going on, it must have pulled out of the mouth, and you must have hooked it in the belly, dude.
So it was going down.
It was coming in
popped
like
out.
that.
Yeah. Oh, and the weight of it.
Yeah. Yeah, we're going.
500 kilograms.
30 kg. 30 kg.
Yeah, it felt a lot bigger.
Yeah. But you get it up, and it's a solid
It's
fish,
a
man.
big
Yeah,
one.
it's a
It
big
was
one.
like chunky. Yeah.
I jumped down into that little wash zone where we landed your GT, and I remember, I think I landed the Spanish.
Yeah.
I jumped down, grabbed it, leader, grabbed the tail, and then we just got it up, and we were just pretty stoked.
Up was keep it in the water because we knew it was
Yeah.
a Spanish. So you were like kind of controlling it in the wash, keeping it like breathing because they're so sensitive.
Got the cameras all ready. I think Zoe like run down with
Yeah.
the cameras. It was actually really quick because we watched the 360 version of that today. You scrubbed through it, remember? And basically you see the fish come up, mucking around a little bit for literally a minute or so.
Yeah.
And then you see it swim off again. So we were pretty efficient on it.
Yeah, and
I
he
reckon.
kicked off strong.
Yeah.
Which was good.
Really good, really good. So yeah, 2 nice fish, man. 2 nice fish.
Yeah, I've been wanting mackerel like that for like years.
It was
I haven't
big
had one
too.
For a few years.
It was solid, man.
So that wasn't even sweeping, eh? That was like tweaky.
It was sweeping for the initial hit, and then once it had bocked it, I was like, oh, now I'm injured. Like my head started going like
Yeah.
tripping out like a weird injured fish.
We've all been sort of like getting intimate with this lure.
You
Like,
can do so much with it, man.
Yeah, well, maybe, like, I mean, I'm calling it the most versatile stickbait. I mean, I've already said a million times that the amount of, we put so much work into this particular stickbait. My brother and I are like the most proud we've ever been about a lure.
Sick, man.
And then as we've, like, I've spent the last 3 weeks with these guys predominantly using this, throwing it for big fish, trying different styles, different retrieval things, figuring out what works. And I can probably count like 10 different ways I can switch up the retrieval to entice a bite, which is like amazing for one sticky.
Yeah, it's super impressive, man.
Yeah.
It actually is impressive.
I mean, maybe you boys can talk about I mean, you use it way differently than you.
Yeah, dude, I like a lot of big fish I hooked on this thing and landed some of them. Didn't land some others, but that lure there, and as you know, like towards the end of it, I was starting to do just straight skippy skip. I was doing full skip and it was just going and everything was smashing it. Everything.
You love a porpoise, so that's like the speedy porpoise.
We tested it. You know my style, my actual porpoising style, it can do that.
yeah, okay.
It can do that really good.
Really easily.
That's with Trebs too, so you haven't even tried it with single.
The way he was doing it was just like, it's almost like a, how you can work a popper with the stick, the tip up.
Tip up popper.
Real minimum effort, and it was porpoising. And I do it a little bit differently. Maybe it's our height or something, or rod length. I do just like a walk the dog, and it just sort of porpoises.
You can do it with either. I was doing it with either, but I think the tip up was, I just had the rod butt on my thigh and I was just going, like no boundaries style, just boom, 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 boom.
Get into
And it was
hits.
just toof, 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 toof. I got tuna, GTs, hooked that massive wrasse doing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of things.
I mean,
We talked about yesterday, I'll just say one more thing. VIP lure for the trip, for sure. Probably if we look at all of the trips combined, a VIP lure, like it's probably the Chieftain. The
In all
Heroes.
sizes.
Yeah. Because, the
for
bigs are small.
big fish.
For the big fish, yeah.
Yeah.
The Heroes caught everything, but the Chieftain was the one. A lot of the big fish we caught, if not all of the big fish we caught, were on the Chieftain, I believe.
That is also probably because it would have been tied on your heavy setup more often than any other lure.
I threw a lot of poppers though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of poppers.
Yeah.
Especially on
did
this last
switch
trip.
it up.
Especially on this last trip.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, so I know that you like to like cast it out and you'll skip it along the surface to try and draw some attention. Then you'll go into a sweep and tweak
We both
it
do,
a bit.
apparently.
Yeah, we
I
do.
remember
Both
seeing
do
Joe
that.
do the same thing.
I mean, Joe is now so confident with the least amount of effort style either. He's just like this. He's just like skipping on the surface every single time. He's like, you don't care that I'm not using your lure properly, do you?
I said that to him. I said, are you tripping out that I'm not swimming your
Oh,
lure
mate,
properly?
if it hooks up, I don't care. Because like literally you can pop it.
Yeah.
You can stab it, you can sweep it. You can put the tip down towards the water and slow or retrieve it at different speeds and it will swim subsurface. You can like skip it. You can walk the dog and it will like jig around. You can do what Joe was saying and just tap up, just burn it or like give it a bit of action or porpoise. I might do a video later showing all these different styles, but I am personally like, because Nico and I have tested these for years, we can kind of make it do stuff. But to see in just a 2-week period, these boys be able to find those different styles within their own sort of
Arsenal.
fishing is great.
My style's different. I like to. It's a very mechanical style. I'll like sweep. It's a mechanical sweep. I'll sweep it. I'll wind up to about 3/4 of the way, complete slack, almost 2-hand hold, and rip it like quite hard. Kind of like popping.
Yeah.
I'd say kind of like popping, but with even more of a hard pause and a hard hit.
But is it a longer sweep than a pop?
Yeah,
not
it's a bit of a
stab.
longer sweep.
Yeah.
And to its credit, it's not popping out and going, like it's not kooking it. It
Yeah.
actually just rips through the water and kicks.
Big slashing
Yeah.
S-curve, yeah.
With randomness.
Yeah, that's a good
It
point
needs-
too.
It needs randomness. A good lure needs randomness, in my opinion.
And that's another point. Just the old chieftain we made. I've talked about this before. The original chieftain made out of wood. We could never get it. It's an amazing lure, and we like within each lure body you can tune it how you want. We ended up going, okay, well, we're never going to get it to whatever that was that we wanted it to. So we're just going to make it really uniform and mechanical. So anybody that picks up the old wooden, or it's not old, the wooden chieftain, can swim it and it will swim exactly the same mechanically every single time. It's a really easy to use one. But for us, or any angler that really loves floating stick baits, you need the randomness. Erratic stuff. Like every time you do a sweep or something, it's going to do some out of it, like different thing. It's not the symmetrical thing. Fish probably like it, but they're going to like some just crazy natural swerve more than just a mechanical S. So I'm stoked that the plastic version of the chieftain now has enough buoyancy within the blank to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying this is the best lure we've ever designed.
Yeah.
Air technology.
I'd say
Air technology. Different to wood technology.
that's from the last podcast, though. Little inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely my favourite, man. I freaking love that thing. I'm really excited to get that on the Kings for sure. And try singles on it.
Yeah.
That'd be real interesting to see what
It will
happens
be
with the
interesting.
singles. Yeah. What should we talk about next? I think we've got the rest of the trip to talk about, but
Well, maybe
I think
just
the hike home's
Yeah.
worth mentioning.
go. Yeah, you start off.
They went first.
yeah.
They went over the hill.
Honestly,
Oh,
I didn't really want to harp on about the fact that I'd been hospital too much to the boys.
Yeah, we didn't even know until the hike
Until
out.
we got there, yeah.
And like all my brothers and stuff were like, oh, I don't know if you should go. And like Chris was texting Zoe, going, make sure he doesn't die and stuff. And I was so frantic because I was so like tired and I'm always going 100 miles an hour. I turned up with like the hospital band on and like injection stuff. I get real bad asthma and I just had a flare up. But the hike back was like one of the hardest things I've ever done because it was basically like an hour and a half straight up in the heat through the long grass. It was like making me itchy and
Very
like,
snaky.
Rocks under every step.
Yeah.
Grass hiding the rocks, so you don't know what you're stepping on.
Yeah.
Ankle roll every step.
Yeah.
And because we were all frothing on fishing, we left it a bit late. So these boys, I was like, nah, they don't want to. They're gonna walk home in the dark. I was like, we're going. Okay, me and Zoe go so we don't so we can see where we're stepping. I mean, it took us an hour and a half. Or I don't know if it was that long. At least an hour to get to the top, which is real high. And I even saw these lads coming up who are like just machines. They're like,
Yeah.
yeah, it was psycho. And then when you get to the top, you don't actually know if you can get back to camp because at this point you've just committed to this route.
We're still figuring out the path.
Yeah, but are they going to be? You like, I learned a new word, bluff.
Bluffs.
Are you going to get bluffed out? It's like if you're going to walk up there and realise there's just a movable sort of like
A cliff.
there. Yeah. So it's gnarly. And actually we moved. We hiked over. Everything's fine. We all regrouped
At the top.
we made it to the top. We put Joe, who's the most experienced out of anybody, at the front, and somehow made it to the other edge of the island. But then realised, how do we get off the top down the cliff to the actual
Beach.
beach?
Forest.
We were swimming through the last bout of trees. We were literally swimming through. It was so tight.
Sliding and just
But we made it out, man.
yeah. And then I think, from that point, Zoe was like, oh, we'll just stay on this side of the island now.
So it was a pretty good day. I mean, we caught other fish too. I think you got a coral trout. We got a bunch of other stuff too, but 2 big fish landed, which we were pretty happy about. They were nice fish. We
You
got
were
there
pretty
late.
rattled on your drop.
I was super rattled. But I was still stoked that we actually got some fish,
Oh, what drop?
On
the
GT,
first
yeah,
one. Yeah.
It was just unlucky.
Unlucky,
but,
yeah.
So the first day, it was a success. We kind of figured out, okay, if we're going to do the big fish ledge, it's better off to go over the top. We kind of found a different path that we could use again. And me and you actually found a better path later on. But the next day,
Well, it was meant to be my day. And I knew I wanted to go big fish ledge.
That's
so
right.
we instead decided we wanted a rest day on the flat.
yep.
And we gave Joe that day.
Yep. So I got day number 3, and we were going to stay on the campsite of the island in the tropical zone, and we were going to fish the lagoon and basically rest up and get ready for what Briggsy said, the big hike to the big fish ledge on the last day. So we woke up in the morning super early. It was real nice, and the tide was low, wasn't it? It was just the last bit of the outgoing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was coming into life.
So we had our light sets. We cruise out into the lagoon, and there's a whole lot of basically the tide's so low, it's left these big tide pools, landlocked tide pools. And we're like, walk up to them. First of all,
Show some drone footage.
yeah, drone footage. This is what we're looking at. This is what we're talking about. So we walk up, we cast into the first tide pool, and we're all just getting destroyed. All of us, just everyone, just boom, I'm on.
We preempted the shallowness and all tied on echoes, which I don't even think you have.
Nah.
Oh, I know,
But,
same,
yeah. So we all tied on walk the dog lures because we knew some of the depth
Super shallow.
very shallow.
Keep
But
going.
that was sick.
Yeah.
Top
But
water, triple hits, triple hookups.
the thing is, it's like there's coral, it's super nice, super clear, but we're pulling out pretty much every cast is a fish.
Yep.
Every cast is a fish, or at least you're getting hit
Yeah,
by
it was
fish.
on.
Park attack bangers,
Yep.
big red trout
was
coming
on.
up.
We're catching so many different species. I think within the first hour of just going from tide pool, okay, we fish that one out, then we move to the next tide pool, fish that one out, next one. We're like bouncing between these tide pools. We caught like so many different species.
By the end of the day, we guessed around 50.
yeah. Which is crazy.
catching
fish.
I love fishing for big stuff, but you all don't understand how fun this is, man.
I
It's so fun.
I said it's probably one of the best days fishing I've had in years.
Yeah, all the boys within an hour, like, this is the best day.
Well, you get hit every cast, basically.
Yeah.
And if you're not, he's getting hit, and you're like, oh, fuck, I'm going to cast
Yeah,
that.
And when you're on P1, they still pull real hard,
And there was bigger fish in there as well. Like at one point you cast it out and like an 8 to 10 kilo GT was just like whoosh, on his lure.
Yeah.
You hooked up briefly, but pulled hooks on it.
I think it was just instant on and off.
Oh, yeah.
And then wind in Barracuda, Oh, and snipped me.
Snipped
And then
you.
I had to go out and
That's
pick
right.
it up.
That's right.
Yeah. I think even David got on some fish.
Yeah.
David hooked up a few.
She
David.
did.
We named Zoe David in the end. What? Because David Bowie.
David Zoe.
We started calling her Zoe Bowie, and then it changed to David Bowie, and then it changed to David. Zoe's this little blonde girl, definitely not a David-looking person.
She's got a pretty mean cast on her. You
She
check
did
it
well.
out.
She was catching fish.
Yeah.
So we're all having fun. And it's honestly some of the funnest fishing I've done.
Yeah.
And then as the tide started pushing in onto the flats and the flats are starting to fill up, like we were getting froth because we knew the bigger fish were going to
We
move
were
up.
waiting for that.
Yeah.
The tide pool was a little prelude, waiting for what we knew was going to happen.
And it was around this time that my, what do you call it when you come to a enlightenment about sharks? Epiphany. Well, not epiphany. It was like, I literally was like, Briggsy's like, see? After we just waded through something, we're standing on the other bank and he's like, see?
That's the big bully.
And it was
when
like
he
this
came in.
massive dark bull shark, like huge, just snaking through where we just walked past.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, yeah, okay.
What we touched on earlier, but full-grown bull shark. Like I'll put on the pod. I'll put like full-grown size down here. This is what we saw. A literal big shark, huge shark.
Yeah.
And
gnarly.
It's so stealthy going through that shallow country. You wouldn't even know it's coming up on you.
No, no.
Everything looks like it too. You turn around, there's a rock or a bomb here or something, and it could just be a bully.
Yeah, yeah. So
And they're inquisitive. They'll go, Like, I mean, I'm not saying they just want to destroy everything in the ocean, but it's
definitely not what you want to encounter when you're waist deep or chest deep casting the flats.
Yeah.
One of those come up behind
Chest
you.
deep, definitely not recommended.
No.
no.
So yeah, the day was sick. The day was best day ever. The film's going to be wild.
Multiple species.
So much happened.
Potentially the most fish any of us have ever caught in one film is going to be on that film.
Yeah.
What was it like?
It's insanity.
Many different types of GTs, emperors,
Big
flathead,
Flathead.
First ever.
flathead,
Yeah.
whiting.
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 Yeah, I got two.
Whiting.
I got two whiting. Yeah.
Big size whiting too.
That's crazy.
Little colourful wrasse things that we didn't
turtles
see much of.
everywhere. It was just mint.
Yeah. It's going to be a cool video.
Solid shot.
If it's not up yet, it's
And a lot of
solid shark
banter
in the
going
mangroves.
on there.
Oh yeah. Big shark. I casted out the my mid set Saltiga 5000. Cast it out, hooked up out wide, and it was peeling. We thought it might have been a GT or something. Get it in, and it's like a pretty solid black tip shark, man, black tip reef shark. And we're like, okay, what are we going to do here? So we backed up through the mangroves, through this little path in the mangroves, and me and you were like flipping it over, like trying to de-hook and stuff like that. We managed to.
No, first, the leader snapped.
Oh,
And I had to dive on the tail to get the lure out of the
forgot
shark.
about that.
Otherwise, he would have swam
yeah, I
off with
forgot
the
about
lure.
that. Yeah, it was actually wild, man.
Yeah.
We get the lure out in the mangroves with a shark that's probably 5 foot long or something like that.
That's solid.
And then, and then you're out in the open. There's a cool 360 cam clip. Johnny's got his 360 pole cam. He's like poking it.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you see the shark just come out of the trees, just like, woo. That's a cool bit of video.
Yeah. I also enjoyed the banter on that afternoon. It was pretty funny.
There was some heightened emotions.
Johnny got quite angry at one point.
And then cast into a tree.
It's like, I don't know what happened. Like, all of a sudden, like, they're telling me, hey, go get a drone shot. Go do this. Put the thing out. What am I here for? Am I, like, fishing with you or fishing for you? You know?
Yeah. And then at one point, like, me and Briggsy are, like, stealthing, like, not making a single noise as we're moving. And Johnny's like, like, making so much noise. And I said it twice or something. And then the third time, I arced up to Briggsy, like, yeah, he's not very quiet, is he, Briggsy, or something? And then you're like, oh, what? Want to go?
Yeah. No, you want to go. Nah, it was all fun and games, boys.
It was good, man.
I got real pissed off. I don't know, something triggered me. I think you said something, and I was like, no, what happened is, like, I was like so we're all spread out, right? Sharks, like, this is the tree line, shark zone's out here, and we're like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I'm in 1, Briggsy's in 2,
I'm
and
in the
Joe's in
outside.
3. And Briggsy just like sort of pushing me out of my zone.
You
like,
were encroaching in my
No,
zone.
I wasn't. I was in the lane, bro. And so I'm like real pissed off and tried to do a real steezy cast straight into a tree. And like, at this
calmed
point,
you
I'm
down,
freaking fuming, bro. Like, I'm red and I'm like, shut up, and blah, blah, blah. I'm up there like yanking the rod. And if anyone knows Briggsy, he's like, and I use all Briggsy's stuff when I'm travelling, so he's like looking at it going, oi, oi.
Oh, yeah, it was my line.
Yeah. But
And my tip.
Yeah.
rod,
I probably could have broken that rod if I.
It was funny.
It is fun. And
You
games.
chilled after
I
that,
did
though.
chill after that.
Yeah, you got it out of your system.
Yeah. Well, I blame the drugs I was on.
Asthma
Yeah, prednisone. Google it. Look at the symptoms and
Yeah.
Angry John.
yeah,
Pregnant John.
Angry John come out. Yeah.
prednisone. Eh?
But yeah, that was cool, man. Flats are filling up. We're catching flathead while we're waiting,
Yeah.
which was
and
sick.
what's do you know the species of flathead? It's the one with
It's
a really
the
cool
northern one.
tail.
It's got a stripey attached to its
lighter
tail.
colour. Yeah, with a beautiful tail. Yeah.
Well, I got that big emperor. Remember?
That was
Yeah.
the
That
was cool.
highlight, bro.
Yeah.
For me, that was so sick.
That was solid. Eh?
Man, they pull hard. Eh?
Yeah, it went really well on that setup. There was some cool fish being caught, man. And we're basically what we were trying to do is we were waiting for the flats to start filling to do this, and we did it and we slayed. But then like we're all working towards the end point, thinking that we're going to get around there and potentially get into some GT again. And we were catching GT on the flats as well, but we were like thinking about that big bust up a couple of days before, and that was kind of like their last piece. So yeah, I think the mangrove scene was
That was the
real
highlight.
sick.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think the next stage, just for the sake of time,
yeah.
was
Briggsy's
Briggsy's day. Zoe and I had a whole bunch of content stuff we needed to do for the Stable Series, which worked out well because neither of us wanted to do the big mission over again. So we stayed behind to do a bunch of stuff, and these guys headed out.
Yeah, we'll talk about us going over first because
Yeah.
that's kind of like the start of it. We left pretty early in the morning. We boosted around the beach instead of going around the rocks, around the beach and then up and over the top, and we found the path, man. Took us an hour and a half or so to get over once we figured out the correct way.
And it was a lot less strenuous than we thought it would be.
It was actually pretty nice.
Yeah,
eh?
that direction up is pretty chill.
Yep.
It's just more gradual.
Then the way
Initial
back.
steep, then pretty gradual.
So yeah, it was a nice walk out. We got out there early, fished the ledge. Oh no, we got out there waiting for the current, and the current didn't start for
Never
hours.
came.
Oh,
Basically
really?
never came. It came at like
I thought it was at
well
like
after
10.
midday. It was, but for whatever reason, it needed more push to hit there, I think.
Yeah, we were pretty gutted about that actually. We were just trying to fill in time, and we were really trying to hide the urge to throw the heavy and
Because
like nuke the zone before it was ready.
We had bangers coming up on us, but because the current wasn't running, they're usually in a more chilled state. So they were looking, but they weren't committing to
Yeah.
anything. And you can pre-pepper them, which I think we did a little bit.
Yeah, I think we kind of ruined it, but
Pre-peppered.
we didn't. Yeah, it's kind of like we didn't really know, but that's kind of how it laid out.
Yeah.
We fished light tackle, we fished all sorts of stuff. I caught a couple of random things, man. I caught that
Wrasse mussel.
those really colourful wrasse, wild wrasse looking things.
Yeah.
And then I caught, what was that groper that I caught? That weird groper thing?
Coral cod,
Coral cod.
which is the coolest looking cod
Yeah.
ever.
So I've got a couple of random things on
Was
the
that
little...
the yellow and black one?
Nah, not him.
It's like, it looks kind of like a coral trout, but it's,
Trout
Not
blue
really.
spots, but on cod shape.
yeah. I got it, I was throwing little soft plastic bait junkies and got that, which was pretty cool. And then, I think we fished right through and then...
As soon as the current started, we locked in.
Yeah.
And we were just casting heavy the whole time, trying to get the big dog.
I think the only action we got was right at the end.
Yeah. About when we wanted to leave,
Yeah.
you got a proper banger hit.
Yeah, Briggsy and I were doing the same style, casting out, which is a style I use for the Kings a lot as well. Cast out, high stick, just skipping it across the surface, big splashes. When you get to that danger zone, which is like the 15 metres in front of you to the ledge, that last 15 metres, I was tipped down, just boom, sweeping it. So I was doing like real jerky subsurface sweeps. And I saw this GT come up like quite a dark colour. Came up, I was like, yep. He swirled underneath and it came in and just, and I just set the hook, and then he's just peeling. Hey, pulled quite a bit of drag, like solid fish, big fish. And we thought we were on, and then hooks pulled.
Yeah.
Devastated.
Gutted.
Briggsy looks at me, he's like, we're fishing till dark now, eh? But we were both keen, like we were like, yep, it could be starting to get good.
Yeah. Well, Sam, we're back at camp, and I'm saying to Zoe, like, if the boys arrive on the horizon before it's dark, it means that they've had a real good trip. 3 hours go by and we've gone back to our individual tents and we're lying there in the darkness. It's like 8:30, boys still up there, and I'm thinking, mate, I don't know, right? Either the fishing's been so epic that they just had to keep going, but more than likely, like, they've just pushed it right to the edge to try and get something and then sort of like
exactly what
meandered their way home.
Yeah, which happened. You saw our lights coming in and we rocked up at camp, and then you told us about what you guys had done. So that's wild. I think we should talk about that. You and Zoe.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, We had a big laundry list of stuff we had to do, and one of them was like this talking head stuff where I talk about the different lures and what they do. And I actually found it really hard to get into that mode of talking. So that was a real stressful morning. I did find a flow and we got all the stuff we needed and come back about lunch. It was like, oh, we'll go fishing. And if hopefully the boys are having a real good trip, and then they can cut into this, and we'll do some stuff too. Fish the flats, and there's a bunch of little islands across from the flats that we hadn't had time to make it to with you boys. So I went over there. I thought I'd tie on these little rogues, the little 25 grams, slayed a couple of trout.
Lollipop, eh?
Yeah, little lollipops. They're really cool. They're sinking, they have a flutter, and you just sort of like twitch them and they'll sort of dart around. Straight up two trout from probably 3 casts. Thought, oh yeah, that's tacked. Jumped around. There's a little channel between the 2 islands that looked amazing. The water was starting to flood in, and it had sort of like these ledge drop-offs in the deep channel. And I thought, okay, right, I'm going to go pull a big trout out of here. Tied on, I think I was using these. Got every species under the sun, but no trout until the end, when I got like an epic sized trout. I was so stoked because it was like set a challenge and then sort of made my way through the species and actually got that. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, it swam off all right, but then sort of 5 minutes later I was having a snack and I sort of saw it just sort of yeah, it was dead. So which does happen, unfortunately. So I sort of like dive in there, grabbed it, thought, I'll take this back for the boys and
wait. Before that, is that the trout that the GT come up on when you were landing it?
No, actually, oh yeah, that was cool too. We had a smaller trout before that, or after that. I'd already caught the other trout, and I was kind of just teabagging it in the little zone while we were kind of getting ready to take a photo. Like 4 massive GT came up on it, and I just pulled it out of the water. But it was just crazy to see the caliber and size of GT in such skinny, small little water. Yeah. Like you would never think you'd see a GT there. And they
patrolling,
yeah. Basically, in those rock pools that we were fishing, they come from there. Yeah. So that's probably the size that you would have hooked the day before or whenever it was. But anyway, scooted back, got the trout, prepped it all up, then thought, oh yeah, I'll be the hero, I'll make it for the boys, and they would have had an amazing day fishing, and they'll come home and here's the trout, lads. Yeah. But it was a bit of a depressing scene when the lads I was like, I do have a trout for you. And they're like,
we were pretty rattled, man. It was like 10 plus hours of casting from that.
Yeah, it's
basically nothing. Nothing big anyway.
But
you cooked the trout up, man. And you cooked the skin up, you cooked up, it was actually...
As soon as you started feeding it, I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we were all about it once we smelt it, once we saw it, man.
It was a nice way to end that trip.
Yeah. So that was the last day, eh? That was the last day of fishing. So that trip there was cool, man. I really enjoyed that trip. The videos to come are going to be pretty sick, I reckon. We're going to have some good videos, collaboration videos between me and Briggsy. I think you guys will enjoy it. Everyone's going to probably love watching it because there's such a variety from all the light tackle, all the adventuring, all the fun, laughs, giving each other shit, and then big fish as well. So Troppo as.
Many fish.
Yeah. And it's not often we're all together fishing too.
Yeah.
So it's always cool.
Once a year or something.
Yeah. No, it was cool, man. It was cool. What shall we've got to wrap it up, but what do you want to talk about your lures just real quickly?
Yeah, I think so.
The Staple series, tell the people, let's give them a bit of a rundown of what the Staple series is. And
can I tell you what the people want to know?
Sure.
When are they coming out?
Oh,
that's the main thing.
End of November.
Actual? Locked in.
I mean, there's so much pressure on us right now. The factory's under the pump, we're under the pump, but we track it every single day, and right now it's looking like end of November locked in.
Yeah.
So something pretty...
Christmas presents potential.
Disaster it'd have to take some sort of horrific disaster to happen for them not to be out end of November.
Sweet.
So that's pushing it right to the edge, but should be in time for Christmas and top water season. Everyone goes on holiday, and be amazing to get everybody into them. And
the other thing too, the price points, man. Quickly, before we talk about the lures, just talk about the price points because people are going to flare up when they hear the price
$30 to $60.
Yeah.
Like really affordable. I think the largest one, 210, 120 grams, is like $59.95, and the smallest one, this
Hero 100.
Hero 100 15 gram is like $28 or $29 or something like that.
So very affordable for anyone of all levels. And we've used them for the last 3 weeks. We've done, so Jonny and I have done 3 more trips since the trip we've just told you about. And we've used these exclusively.
Yeah.
And we've caught serious fish on them, man. So
It's been actually awesome. Like, Joe and I have extended our trip. I've extended twice. You've extended once. We're only supposed to be at Briggsy's house for about a week. We've been here friggin', I don't know how long, 3 weeks. So. But I'll just run through the thing. Like, so it's a comprehensive, like it's a complete system. You got everything from big stickies to small stickies, poppers, subsurface, diving and surface poppers. You've got rogues. In 3 sizes, and the Hero, which we're all really excited, which I want to talk about, is the long casting minnow. They're all made from high grade ABS plastic. They have a dual shell, which is really strong.
I just want to very quickly chime in here. Joe had this lure tied on, 140 mil, 35 gram. I had 100 gram metal tied on a P6 setup. So he had P3, I had P6. 100 gram metal, 35 gram Hero.
What's the best part about metal? Like predominantly
casting distance.
Yeah, that's what you're putting it on for.
I was out casting him by about 5 to 10 meters, and that's my max power cast.
Yeah.
Which is wild. A 35 gram plastic shelled lure.
The only thing about that was we had the wind behind us.
Yeah.
Into the wind, it might have been a different story, but with the wind, this thing was sending, bro.
Yeah. So that's one of the main, like whenever my brother and I design a lure, you kind of put your top 3 like things, your like features you're trying to like achieve. You know, one of them is like the kind of action, strength, but then also for the Hero, it's like cast distance. So we tried all different types of weight transfers, but what we've got now with this slim profile, which is important, 90% of the time, unless you're firing it across strong wind or into strong wind, it'll fly straight. It won't sort of like flap around in the air.
Yeah.
And it'll just ping, the weights will ping to the back and you'll get a real long cast distance, which is so important for like casting for pelagics off the stones and anywhere.
Anything.
Yeah.
Even out of a boat, pull up onto a tuna school. Usually you get too close, they all disappear, so you need distance.
Yeah. And like, as I say, I can finish off the overview, but like just talking about this Hero, this actual lure has caught so many fish.
Yeah.
It's still sweet.
You got 2 big GT in the last 3 weeks on that lure.
GT.
Yeah.
And
Which is
it's
crazy.
still going strong.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. And people asking about the PCP bib on the Heroes. Like, I personally feel like ABS bibs, they're a bit bulky because they need to be, and they get, when you bang them on the rocks and stuff, they nail down and it can affect the action. With a PCP bib, you get way better abrasion resistance. That's I'm talking about when things are grating stuff. You get a much thinner profile, which really improves the action. You get a really nice action. But the cost is just slightly less impact resistance. So it's just about being just slightly more careful when you're retrieving it. If you're just not looking when you pull grating all over the rocks, of course, any bib is going to break. But I think that like the action you get for the PCP bib and the less resistance when it's traveling through the air is where it's at. That's why they have that. Yeah.
I think they're really good, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we did find like you were tying directly to the split ring. I was either using a little swivel or a loop knot, and crazy action.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of we never used to put splitties on the front of our minnows, but then we had a lot of people that weren't very experienced with lures that were just tying the uni straight to that and wondering why the action, why it's not swimming. So like, you can take the splitty off and go loop knot, or you can go loop knot to the splitty, or you can just tie to the splitty. It'll work.
Or swivel.
Or swivel.
But that may affect the suspending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, we jumped around a wee bit. Just back to the overall series. So I said there's like 5 different models, everything from poppers, stick baits, little sinking, long casting stickies to the Hero, the minnow. High grade ABS plastic. It's features a dual shell. So you've got your outside shell and you've got an inner shell. and we put all the foiling and stuff on the inner shell. So I was sort of saying that even if you've used your lure multiple fish a million times, and all the paint and stuff scratched off, which is not uncommon for ABS plastic lures, you'll still have all the flash inside there. And we've recessed the eye, and it's a flat eye. So a lot of like lures, the eyes just pop off. That won't happen because it's recessed.
Yeah, very hard. Eh?
Even if you like have a lure that has no paint and no like gill plate on it, it'll have flash plus an eye, and it'll catch fish.
Yeah. I remember back in the day running plastic lures, within one day, all of the colour and shine would have worn off from the hooks. But I mean, like, this has caught multiple big fish in the last few weeks. You can see a few teeth marks, but nothing's cracked through. It's still got all of the stuff you'd like, all of that real gnarly shine. You guys probably can't see it in the cameras, but crazy shine on it, man.
So does that sort of change your opinion about using an ABS
Oh,
plastic lure?
I'm just saying that, like, for me, I didn't like the plastic lures in the past because within a day you've lost all the shine. But the shine you can't lose it.
Maybe going for kingies when you get home?
Oh, I'm definitely going to try them for kings. Yeah, without a doubt. No, seriously, without a doubt. I'm trying them for kings for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's cool just putting lures in a more affordable price point that actually catch fish.
Yeah.
And last.
Yeah.
So one thing people are probably going to wonder, in the Tyrant poppers, how many sizes?
3 sizes, 120, 150, and 180.
Yep.
What do you got? Let's talk about the Tyrants for a second. That's our ABS plastic version of our wooden Tyrant. And, the big size, obviously you're chasing big pelagics, big boof, a big doof with a crack. And I would say it's relatively easy to use in terms of like the stress it puts in your body for the noise and sound you get.
Yeah.
I mean, what's your guys' experience
The Tyrants always have been, even the old ones.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't kill you.
They don't kill you, but they still work like a giant popper.
Yeah, and we touched on the smaller sizes being, well, just to reiterate, we designed the Tyrant for the sound. Like, you get the splash and all that sort of stuff, but really it's the sound that makes these unique from other poppers.
Amazing. A lot of fun to use the Tyrants. You got the diving poppers basically in the same size ranges.
Yep.
Heroes, how many sizes in the Heroes?
4 sizes, 100, 120, 140, and 180.
Yeah. Chieftains, how many sizes?
3 sizes, 150, 190, and 210. I actually found myself using the 190 a lot.
That was my go-to.
I like that
It's
one.
still a decent size lure, but it just feels way less physical to use. Yeah.
So
If things are shut down, a smaller profile can be good. And even though it's slightly smaller, it's still something about it.
all the better fish I
reach
caught
for
over
it.
the last 3 weeks were on that size,
Okay.
that 190.
Yeah.
Probably same with you, actually, eh?
Yeah, that was mine.
Okay, what else we got to talk about? Rogues?
Just quickly, well, the rogues are, I think they're three sizes. They're just small, long casting, sinking stick baits. Got a little flash and dart around and stuff. We can show some action. But I mean, I'd be, just to wrap it up, I'm interested to hear, like, what are your favourite models and sizes and why?
Yep. Oh, yep.
Or you? Or
No, I'm
Briggsy
ready.
go?
Chieftain. For me, it's the Chieftain. I think one thing you haven't really talked about is the look of them. All of these lures have a look that Briggsy very much has a lot of confidence in when I cast, especially this colour and the pilly. Those 2 colours with all their flash is the kind of thing that you cast out and you get hit before you wind. Yeah. I've said that before about your lures, your old lures, but these are at a different level.
Big up, Nico.
Yeah. Very, very cool colours, man. And that's also because of your dual layers of technology.
Construction.
So the constructions allowed the boys to do some pretty magical colours on these things. Briggsy just loves floating stick baits, man. I think if I could just cast one lure for the rest of my life, it'd be a Chieftain.
You did say something about the Chieftain that just brought a tear to my eye.
Well, I don't know the next time I'm going to pick up the Vader. Like the Vader.
No, not that.
Well, that's true too.
That's true, yeah.
The Vader. What did I say that upset you?
Oh, you made a big call about the Chieftain.
That is my favourite stick, floating stick.
You said it's the best one in the world, and enough.
It's now my favourite floating stick.
Yeah, mine too.
So, but that's replaced the Vader.
Yeah.
I love the Vader.
I think there's still, like, just so you guys know, like, I think the Master Series sizes will be big only.
Yeah.
220, 240, 260, maybe even 280.
In the future.
Yeah, in the future. So you'll still, for hardcore big fish anglers wanting the absolute best durability, wood, wood construction, the Master Series will always have its place. I don't think we'll ever make like a 260 version of a Chieftain yet. But, that's a very niche product.
Yeah.
Whereas this is something that will catch everything for everybody.
I've been using these lures, all of them, for probably a couple of months now. And I've noticed, me and my boys, like my young fellas, when we go fishing, the amount of fish we've caught has doubled, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
And I think, I put it down to using these lures.
Yeah.
And easy to use, right? Sonny's slaying
Yeah.
Yeah.
these ones.
That was
He's
wild.
pinging them out like
That trip was
ages.
wild, man.
I've definitely got something to say on that. Like, no matter what, like, especially the trip that we just did, which we'll probably do a podcast about at some point, but every opportunity on every different ledge in every little bay or cove, we were using different styles of lures and we were connecting with fish.
Yeah.
So it's just like the Staples range with all the different styles, there was something for every zone, which was amazing, and sizes and stuff. For me, like if I had to pick only two right now for this style of fishing we've just done in Australia, the 190 Chieftain, and I was going to pick up that, but then I'm also, I don't know.
For 120 or 110.
I don't know.
So 120 or 100.
That's the thing. Like, the amount of fish we caught on these was ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Big fish, that is wild.
Yeah.
I think in New Zealand, it's going to be really interesting to see if I start throwing the 210 or if I stay with the 190.
The buoyancy of this with singles might be pretty wild for you.
Yeah, but it could be good.
Yeah,
He
no,
might
but I mean,
probably
good. Like,
be
it
able
might
to
be
run
really good.
heavier singles on it.
Yeah.
I think in New Zealand, like Kahawai and other
Snapper, trevally.
Someone like catching snapper with a little sinking stick bait is very cool.
On the original Rogues, I was getting snapper on them.
Yeah, sweet.
The snapper. Yeah, the snapper are going to destroy it.
And the thing is, like, the other thing I forgot to mention is every single Staple Series lure is fully through wide, welded through wire, heavy gauge BKK hooks, heavy splitties, and they're all rigged and ready out the pack. Chieftains come with double trebles, tuned perfectly for that.
And that's another thing we should say too. We were literally opening a box, tying it on, and throwing
Catching fish, yeah.
and we were on.
Everything double treble except for this fella.
Yes,
diving
because
Yeah.
just could not achieve
That
the
action.
perfect action.
We need to wrap it up, fellas.
We do.
Good chat.
Plain to catch.
We got many other stories to talk about from the other trips, but that was a cool one we did together as a team. And pity Zoe's not here to give her POV because that would have been funny.
What's up, Zoe? Maybe you can insert something here.
Yeah, we should have a little director's cut. But yeah, man, stoked.
Yeah.
Good trip with the fellas.
Good fun, boys.
Thanks for running the Staples. There's like, honestly, 20 terabytes worth of footage that these guys will be wrangling. Will all be coming out over the next couple months. Hopefully we can get our ducks in a row, and we're releasing end of November. I don't know when this is coming out. Maybe they're already out. Maybe they're not. And as always, once you get them, bloody let us all know what you're catching.
Yeah.
It's
That's
cool
going
to
to be
see.
cool to see, man.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Frothing.
Cheers, boys.
On to the next one.
And thank you, Briggsy,
Yeah.
for having us
Oh,
on the
no
last
worries,
4
mate.
weeks.
Thank you, Sarah,
Anytime.
more like it.
And
eh?
Sarah.
Nah, cheers, bro.
And the boys
Yeah.
bloody taking over their living room and everything.
That's all good.
All right. We'll see you guys on the next one.
Cheers.